I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is another Minutemen Theory video where we are talking in hypotheticals of things that would happen in Minecraft, Black Ops 6, Roblox, whatever it is that you're doing this hypothetical for. We started out talking about civilian LMGs, and then we started talking about the main things for you to start stocking up: food, water, medical, ammunition, how much you need, how many people. Today, carrying on in your SOP, your standard operating procedure, something that y'all need to determine: how many people are you guys using? Are you setting up a mag within your, are you reaching out to your community? Do you think people are going to come to you? How many are you planning on having? And here's the thing to understand: the lone wolf can't do everything by himself. He has to sleep at some point. And a team of 2, while way better than 1, still isn't going to be enough. I sit back and I realistically think about how many people I could rely on should something happen. How many people that it may take a couple of us, Cowboy and I, to practice with these guys for about a week, but get everybody whipped into shape. There's only going to be like 6 of us, and out of those 6, there's only going to be like 3 or 4 that are not going to be pulling Overwatch or security until we're farther along into this situation and everybody's in much better shape. I am including myself in that, but I would be pulling inside security while the other people would be pulling outside security, because obviously I'm not going to be as effective as Cowboy and a couple of these other guys. Anyways, how are you guys going to move? Everybody in your group needs to either you print out, buy the book in quantity, send it to them, send them a video, whatever. You all need to be learning hand signals, because you're not going to want to be making a lot of noise. You're going to have to learn formations. You're going to need to learn the hand signals for those formations. How are y'all going to work? So Cowboy and I are in the middle of setting up our SOPs, and this is some of the things that we're talking about. You know, obviously you're going to have your line, you're going to have your wedge, you're going to have the ranger. When I say line, I mean ranger file, however you want to look at it. How are y'all going to move? There is a technique in evasion where it kind of does this number as y'all move. Are y'all going to be doing that? Which does take a little bit longer. Maybe you're doing that without the stop, look, listen, smell, which is what makes it vital to the evasion technique. Maybe y'all are just kind of, I mean, basically at that point it's bounding. Are y'all bounding? Our SOP is no less than 2 guys in a section. So if there's 4 of us or 6 of us, it's going to be split up into 3. Assuming that there's 6 of us, it's going to be split up into 3 2-man teams. One of those teams is going to be the team leader, and that group is going to stay kind of in the middle, be a B team, if you will, because the team leader needs to be able to communicate with both of his other teams and tell them, hey, ease up on the fire, lay down more fire. He's going to be the one, or he'll be sending someone, maybe his second guy, run over here and grab their extra ammunition and run it over to them because they're using it more. They need it, right? How are you guys going to do this? Who's going to be, have y'all determined who your team leader is? How are your movements going to be? Are y'all training together? Because in a situation, you fall back to your least amount of training. So if y'all haven't been doing this together, it's going to be rough, right? So these are the things you need to consider. If that's all you have is 6 men, maybe you're running and you're split them up into 2-3-man groups. But again, there can be no less than 2 people per group. So if you're split into 3s, everyone has to go, right? So that's kind of like why we like to do 3 groups of 2, because then we can have a little bit more mobility in doing things. Do you have a medic? Do you have a radio man? Do you have a machine gunner? Are all of you, everyone's a rifleman first, right? You should all know how to shoot. You should all know how to move, and you should all know how to communicate. But then someone's going to have to pick up an additional role. While I may be stockpiling everything for mine +1, so I have the radios, enough radios for everybody or whatever, doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to be the radio man. Maybe someone else is. Everyone, yes, I stock up medical for myself. I have enough medical. I'm just about to the point of having enough medical for everyone in the house. I'm talking like 4 tourniquets per, plus all the medical for everyone in the house. Just because I have all that doesn't make me the medic. Who is going to be the medic? Who is going to be the radio man? Who is going to be your machine gunner? Who's going to be the assistant to the machine gunner? Because in our group, our SOP is, if we're using a machine gunner, he has an assistant gunner who's going to be feeding him ammunition, maybe carrying the tripod for him. What's your group's SOPs? Have you guys thought about this? What's everybody's role? And that's kind of basic right there. Obviously, we can move out. Who's going to be your DMR guy? And is that DMR guy going to be pulling Overwatch? Because he's got the better scope out of everybody, most likely. What caliber is he using? Is everyone in your group required to run 5.56 if that's what y'all have decided? Or are you also bringing in some 308? And if you are bringing in 308, is the one guy who's using it the only one who's carrying that? Or is everyone in the group also required to carry at least 1 magazine to help this guy out? Right? These are the things you guys need to be talking about. These are the things you need to be thinking about. And these are the things you need to be establishing. Write down your SOPs, your group SOPs, whether you type them up, print them out, laminate it, and you print out 50 copies so everybody can have one, which isn't a bad idea, and it's really not that hard to do. So watch this video, share it to the people in your group so that they can watch this video. Then y'all have a discussion about this video and how it applies to you and your group and what y'all are going to do. While you're down there hitting that share button, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed while you're down there, it's free to do, and it's the best thing to help this channel out. Hit that subscribe button, click it, turn it from red to gray. If you want to further help this channel out, there is a link to all my affiliates in the description below. Jace Medical, where you can get $10 off of anything on the website using the code. Condor Outdoors, where you can get 15% off site-wide. LA Police Gear, where you can get 10% off site-wide. The Ghillie Dude, while I do not get any money from the Ghillie Dude, you do get like 10% off your order by using the link in the description and using the discount code that is also down in the description. And Exfil Enterprises, where you can get some merch. If you are looking for one of the patches, I might have a couple left. Hit me up. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I appreciate you letting me shill for myself. That's all I got. Until next time, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.